So my main reason for wanting to be in this profession is that it's always changing. It's a very rewarding profession, but it's always changing. So I'm learning something new every day, even after doing this for 19 years. The flexibility, they're pretty flexible with your schedule. The kids, the parents, it's fun. It's unbelievable that they pay me to play, basically. Probably the easiest way to explain it is that we deal, here lately especially, we deal with a lot of childhood trauma. So to see those kids come into our establishment and begin to thrive, and then we're able to send them to public school thriving. And that's, comparable to when we get them, some of them are very withdrawn from adults. And so to see that change and to see them kind of gain trust in us is important. Yeah, some of these kids we have just as much as the parents do, and we have a relationship with the parents as well. Where it begins, we have to make connections, and that's kind of where it starts. That's what I tell my teachers, that's what I tell my parents. We build a connection with the parents especially, and then with the child, just to kind of gain their trust and let them know that they belong here. It's hard. There's a few of us that have just cried and cried because with the ABC program especially, it's a 2-year program. And a lot of the times we don't get those kids until they're 3. Then when they're ready to go to kindergarten, we don't see them again. So it's tough. But we still have those kids that are even in high school now that come back to see us. Yeah. I think acceptance. I have a hard time turning people down, especially with like when Ascent closed here in town, our mental health provider. I accepted those kids because they've got to have somewhere to go. I don't draw a line based on family dynamic or anything like that. If we have an opening for your child, we will typically take them and do our best to deal with behaviors and therapies and things like that. They pretty much know where I stand, that I'm not going to turn them down, and if it's completely out of our hands and we can't give the child what they need, we will find outside resources to come in and help us. We have endless resources. We work with Arkansas State and Jonesboro. We work with UAMS in Little Rock. So we have a lot of resources where if we're struggling with behaviors or a need for therapies, we have people we can reach out to, which makes it a lot easier. Okay. When I first started here, I was in the classroom setting. So I was in the ranks with them. I ran a classroom. I've pretty much worked with every age group here in my time here. So coming out of the classroom and into the director's position was a pretty easy transition because I already knew most of them. I'm not above doing what I ask them to do, so it works out pretty well. We want to make some changes. We've got to change we have to be just as evolving as early childhood is. Family dynamic changes. Childhood trauma is an epidemic, and we have seen more of that just this school year than we have in a long time. So we're wanting to kind of make some changes, be more adaptable, be more trained in that area. So I want to be a development center, where we can focus on social emotional, get them ready to be able to sit in a public school setting. It is. Because there's a big difference between us and public school. And so we have to get them ready because a lot of kids can't do it.